Hey everybody, welcome to Alaska Raceway Park's Track Talk. I am your host, Michelle. Thanks for tuning in, whether you're watching us live right now on Facebook or on YouTube or following us up later. We appreciate you guys being part of the Alaska Raceway Park track family. Please like, please share, please subscribe. All of those things help our metrics and help get the word out to more people more often, so we can let everybody know how awesome we are here at Alaska Raceway Park. Huge thanks to everybody who came out for flag drags on Saturday. It was a great event, super, probably the nicest race day so far of the season. Congratulations, Kurt Crocker, for taking home the trophy in the Chevelle class. Rick Nissen took home the top honors in the Camaro class, and then of course also took home the grand prize award. He beat Kurt in the final race. So it was a great time, had a lot of fun with everybody. Was fun to follow that up on Sunday at the Rev Alaska Car Show, which was also equally lots of fun. Kind of felt a little bit spoiled with everybody watching the booth, so I got to go wander around and visit and actually got to judge some cars, so that was kind of rad. This weekend upcoming is Military Appreciation Weekend, so we love having such a great relationship with all of our friends there at J-Bear and all the military bases across Alaska. So this weekend with ID, you can get in for free, and that is active duty, retired, dependents. As long as you've got the little military thing on your ID, admission is on us. So please come out and enjoy some races. I know there's a ton of other things going on this weekend, but we are going to have a bunch of hot racing at the track. Saturday is our NASCAR and NX races. We are featuring double headers this weekend in the Legends class and in the late model class. So we will have a bunch of racing for those guys. Double features mean extra points for them for either NX or NASCAR. So that's kind of exciting. Sunday we'll kick off points racing, but the other thing that is really exciting is that Sunday is the official start of Alaska Raceway Park. Well, excuse me, not Alaska Raceway Park. I helped start it, but it wasn't really me. But it's the official start of Alaska Speed Week. Alaska Speed Week, if you guys haven't heard, akspeedweek.com, or you can follow us on Facebook. So that is Alaska's first drag and drive event, and we actually have some drivers coming up right now from Texas and from Key West, Florida, and I believe there's one driver coming in from Utah. So we have a couple people that are headed here from all over the United States. They're going to come race at Alaska Raceway Park. We are going to drive up to Fairbanks, put on a little car show meet and greet up there at North Pole. Wednesday we're going to be racing at Tanacross in Tok, so that should be a lot of fun, and then circling back to finish up here next Friday the 16th at Alaska Raceway Park. So if you want to follow along and want to join kind of as a race car groupie, we do have slots available in the Tundra Tour. Tundra Tour is pretty rad. It gets you admission to all of the events as well as the events at Alaska Raceway Park. So you get NASCAR races on both ends. That would be the 10th and the 17th, as well as the drag races on the 11th and the 18th, and the races in North Pole. You get your official Alaska Speed Week t-shirt. We have snacks and food and lunch and things like that we'll be providing. And when you're in Fairbanks, you get the opportunity to go to the Antique Auto Museum on us. So if you are interested in doing that, you can still sign up online at the akspeedweek.com and check out the Tundra Tour. We would love to have some people along with you. Before I close, I got a couple things. You may have noticed that we posted our rules on the Alaska Raceway Park page. We took all of our little rule books and smushed them all together so we have one document. It is online. It's not as pretty as I want it to be yet, but I wanted to make sure that it was at least out there. So when you go check that out, at the beginning of the book, it has all of the rules on proper behavior when you're at the park so that we can make everybody's experience as enjoyable as possible. Then it goes into the drag racing rules, followed up by our oval track rules, and then finishing in the back with all of the current Pro Grand National rules for baby grands. So a couple things that I wanted to make sure that I mentioned. I talked about these at the drivers meeting at the drag strip this past weekend. But if you are in the pits, first thing is that kids, there's no unlicensed drivers on motorized vehicles. So if you have a kid who's a driver and he's running a Bandolero or a junior dragster or whatever, that's great. They're more than welcome to race till their heart's content. But no kids on four-wheelers, UTVs, ATVs, all of the things, whatever. If it's motorized, they're not supposed to be driving. And my insurance does not cover that. And we don't want to have a mishap with a kid at the track and then lose all of the cool things that we have gained by having somebody get injured. So so make sure the kids are not on that. Also during race day, like when we have cars on the tracks are hot, we can't have any kids on bicycles, scooters, wheelies, whatever, all the little things. None of that, because race car drivers are not looking for kids. They're paying attention to whatever they're doing. So let's help mitigate that a little bit. The next thing that I have is wristbands. We give those out at the gate. We're probably one of the only facilities that I know that actually hands you your wristband instead of putting it on you. I kind of want to keep that tradition going just because it makes things a little bit faster at the gate. However, people need to wear them. So when you get your wristband, please go ahead and put it on your wrist. That helps our security guys know who has signed what waivers and where they're allowed to be. It helps us keep track of who's paid for the race weekend, or whether they've just paid for a day or 2 days or whatever the situation is, so that we can make sure that you know, one, we're keeping people safe and we're keeping people where they should be, and number two, we're making sure that the people who are coming are helping pay their way to get in. So make sure you put your wristbands on and help us out, help security out. It really makes a difference. And then the last thing that I have is that we are in the Matanuska Borough. We do have a noise curfew. It is a borough-wide curfew, so it does apply to all the racetracks all around. But I did want to make sure that everybody knew that race cars have to be turned off by 10 o'clock. So if you are perhaps a racer at the circle track and racing is done, but you still need to load your stuff, make sure you get everything loaded under its own power by 10 o'clock. If you need to do something with it later, you're going to have to push it up there or wait until the next day. And I know guys are working on cars and trying to get stuff put together, but we do have a 10 p.m. curfew. We do live in a neighborhood. We're part of the Butte community. I'm trying to make sure that we can continue to do that. So if you guys can help me regulate that, I would greatly appreciate it. Other than that, that's what I got for today. We are getting ready for Speed Week. We're getting ready for this upcoming weekend. We are actually having a couple days of nice weather, so fingers crossed that will continue through the weekend. Tickets are available online at raceak.com if you need to get those. I will see you at the races this weekend, Saturday or Sunday, whatever day you guys happen to come out. Oh, hold on. Gregory, there's an envelope for you at the front gate. I saw that this morning. So he's got a question about spectator rules. They are, let's see, are we allowed to be by the burnout pit on the outside of the gate? Yes. Yes, you are. In the burnout box there, where the gate is, people are definitely allowed to be there. We did go ahead this year. We are changing things up, and that's really a great question because not everybody knows about this, but we're changing things up a little bit with top eliminators. And so instead of having their tow vehicles go down the track to chase the top eliminator cars, they're going to be going down the return road, which requires us to open that gate to let their tow vehicles out. So you can stand there, but please be conscious of the fact that if we have tow vehicles going down the track, we'll need to open up that gate so that they can get through. And we've got some cones and stuff there, and I think we might actually even put some painted lines on the wall. But yeah, you can definitely stand by the tribute wall. You can stand by the gate right at the burnout box and enjoy those burnouts as long as you want. We had some really good smoky ones this weekend. Chad Irvine had his C10 out, and Matt Turnbull had his Camaro, and they did an amazing burnout at the end of flag drag. So that's all I got for you today. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for the question, Gregory. I really appreciate it. you guys stay safe, and I will see you at the races this weekend. And if not, I will see you next week on Track Talk. I will be on the road because I am participating in Speed Week 2, not just in charge of things, but I actually going to be racing the Camaro. So I will give you guys an update on how Speed Week is going next week on Tuesday from Fairbanks or North Pole, whichever place I happen to be at 3 o'clock next week. So talk to you later. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next week on Track Talk.